We win Bournemouth 3 goals to 0 here with Sai. Again, another good performance, some lovely attacking play, got a commanding lead, but again, late on, the frailties became apparent again. And without a goal-saving chance right at the end from Vertonghen, it could have actually been 3-3, which but performances are still improving, would you agree?
Yeah, I think definitely we have to look at the positive of the three games that we've had so far with Jose. It's definitely been an improvement in the sense that we're getting the wins, but we need to start stamping out this whatever's going on in that defence. I think it's just a mindset. I think there's two things: there's the confidence and the concentration. Those are the two things that we need to start really improving on. Attacking and goals is not really our problem. It's that defensive side of things, and it oozes through. The last 10 minutes were absolutely crazy. The free kick, we shouldn't perhaps have given it away in that position anyway, and they scored it. Okay, we can kind of move on from that, but instantly the fans are kind of already thinking, we know how this is going to go because we've seen it so many times. But the players, you just watch the players, and they just the wheels come off. We don't know what we're doing, and the last second maybe of Vertonghen with that last ditch effort, you're sort of sitting there going, we're comfortable 3-0 up, and then you sort of near the end of the game, you're thinking I could be going home today with it being 3-3, and look on paper, it didn't look like that to us in watching the game fully. But on paper, it looks like, that must have been a really tough game. Well, no, it's just we made it tough in that last 10 minutes. It's got to stop, 100%.
But talking about the positives, Dele, Kane and Son linking up so well again today. What do you think he's changed? Do you think he's changed much of the dynamic of those front three? He's kind of got Son wide left, Dele inside forward, Kane forward. How do you think he's changed that up?
Yeah, I think the best thing is I think he's still working out the best sort of formation, not necessarily the formation, but the best sort of players that he's going to put in these positions. And it's really good to see the dynamic up there. We've seen, Mora start a couple of games, and it's been fantastic from the start. We've seen him come on today, and he's been fantastic, and it continues that mentality. And I think it's really positive to see those players working together once again, like we used to see for the last few years. And particularly, with the feet of Son, the feet of Mora, Dele Alli is absolutely fantastic today. And long may it continue, I thought he was going to get his hat-trick, but unfortunately he couldn't quite get there. But, the little flicks aren't perhaps what they used to be in the previous weeks, where he'd flick and it would go terribly. They're now actually sort of making more sense and actually committing to the team in terms of performance. So it has to hopefully continue. They're shouting his name. Sissoko was incredible today, and I had to pinch myself. I couldn't believe that he had scored that goal, And again, I hope that continues.
There's been quite a bit of talk that maybe he might be sidelined under Mourinho, Sissoko. After the first couple of games, he was coming on as a winger. He wasn't really his best position, but today he kind of played in that inside forward role where Lucas started the first 2 games, and he played absolutely brilliantly.
Yeah, 100%. I think we've seen it for maybe a year and a half now. Where does Sissoko actually play, or where should he be playing? We know he had a very different position at Newcastle, and Pochettino tried to find the best position, and he's an absolute engine. There's no doubt about it. And yes, he's had his criticism in the past, but right now, you can see his commitment. He's one of the players that turned up and always wanted to do his best. And I'm so pleased for him today to get that goal. I think we all were so happy with that goal. And, singing his name, it would do him the world of good. And I think that is a very good position for him where he's playing today. And again, like you mentioned earlier about the dynamics and seeing all of those different positions and players up front. Let's see where this goes with Sissoko as well. We've got Burnley next week.
United in midweek.
Yeah, well, of course, yeah. The midweek game on Tuesday. So let's see how this turns out in the next 2 games, whether he'll start him again and whether he'll be playing in that same position. I think it's a good position against United right now to be playing him right there, for sure. Absolutely fantastic.
Chelsea lost today 1-0 at home to West Ham. Now with 6 points off top four. How do you see the top four race going now? Are you more confident?
I think I mentioned a couple of weeks ago when we were doing this, I was positive that we get top four still. I know it's a bit crazy being in 14th, but let's be realistic. It was only maybe three wins or so back off the top four. With that win of West Ham today, it puts us in a very, very good, strong position again. So I think we're 5th now, 6 points off Chelsea. So we're right up there. It's down to us to make sure that if these teams slip up at the top, we're ready and we're there. And I think that will happen. Leicester are going to be a tricky one to maybe catch up with. I think they're always a confident team. They're all firing on all cylinders, and Brendan Rodgers is a very good manager. So I think where it's been the opposite way around recently in recent years, where everyone's trying to chase that top four off us, I think it might be the other way around this year, and that we're maybe fighting for between maybe 2 or 3 teams for that 4th position. But I'd like to think that we could catch up Leicester, of course I do. But yeah, we're in that prime position now to take it when these guys slip up more and more, hopefully, and especially if Chelsea slip up, because of course we don't want to see them in the top four at all.
Definitely not. All right, cheers for coming on, Si. Thanks a lot, mate. Cheers for coming on.